We're ready. We're ready. Cause we called it, Ernie. We called it, Ernie. We called it. That's why we're friends.
Exactly.
Ernesto.
What happened to Barry? What,
my God,
did you see the ending of that?
Wow.
What happened to him at the end? What happened to him at the end?
Well, you know what? Barry did, of course, unfortunately, disappear. He had to go into the Speed Force and fix things. But it's not like they're not going to get him back. The show's called The Flash.
Yeah,
so, I mean, he'll be back. But, hey, who actually didn't die?
Oh, snap.
Huh.
Oh, snap.
Iris is the answer to that.
Oh, snap.
No, but let's be real. When we started out the episode, you were so happy.
You were so happy.
Okay,
it was about time she was dead.
Guy I've ever met. Like literally, once it went, you were like, yeah, and I was like, oh,
so pleased.
Wow. And then
they ruined it. Completely ruined it.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. Hello and welcome to the Flashpoint.
Welcome.
This is a show where we pretty much break down the episode for you and put it down into bite-sized pieces so you guys are able to digest it. We break it down
for about an hour.
Yeah, for about an hour.
Just shit talking.
Yeah. Well, usually it is, but I mean, we're
we're allowed to gloat a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna point out some things that maybe you guys may not have noticed. You guys will also help us point out some things that we didn't notice, and we'll discuss the episode because hey, we all love the Flash.
Don't we all? We love the Flash.
Right?
I'm so glad. Let me just say,
I'm sorry.
we
still gotta introduce. I'm Daniel.
I'm Sarah.
And that's Ernie.
Francisco.
He's our man. He's our
man. He'll join us in a minute. He's just making sure all our technical stuff is working.
Exactly.
But I just have to say, thank you guys so much for forcing me to watch this show.
Man!
Because, I was really hesitant. I didn't start watching until like halfway through the second season.
True.
But I didn't start with that. I went backwards.
Yeah.
But because I was so disappointed by Arrow and DC Legends, I was like, I'm not going to try this one too. And then I just thank you for giving me my new Smallville.
See, yeah.
That's how I feel about this show.
We get everything on the show. We get the love. We get the pain. We get everything on the show.
Yeah.
It's well written. It's better than Smallville. I gotta say that. And the actors, they're on a caliber that's better than Smallville also.
But
Michael Rosenbaum.
Oh, okay.
What makes this show, The Flashpoint, so great? Is you guys. And with that, let's hit up this chat because we got Edward Sanchez Productions in the house. Edward Sanchez approved. We also have Rat House.
We got Oscar Lopez.
One Man Sentai. I have not seen him in the chat before, but welcome.
Ryan Star Super Steel.
Ryan, we got Oscar.
Did you say
we got Carlos in the house too, my boy.
Carlos.
Matthew DaCosta.
That was Matthew.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm scrolling. Robert Lira. I probably said that really wrong, and I apologize.
Well, we said Lira.
Robert Loera.
Loera. But we said Lira because Lira means money.
Carlos,
baby.
I am so happy. So thank you. Ernie,
make sure I'm not missing anybody else. Great.
Did you say Light Behind the Shadow? I don't know. Light Behind the
Shadow.
Light.
One Man Sentai.
Light Behind the Shadow.
All right, kids. Thanks so much for joining. So I just want to know, overall, how do you guys feel about this being the season finale?
You want to start? Or I'll go first.
Somebody answer me, please.
It sucked?
It sucked. I gotta say, the fight scene was great.
Can I just ask you this before you continue?
Be honest.
Is the only reason it sucks is because Iris lives?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. I saw it coming. I wasn't going to deny it. Of course, I had to bring her back somehow.
Yeah.
I was just glad they did kill her. But then it was Wells, and it was even worse.
Yeah.
But
so
they did the old-fashioned Deus Machina, the Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex
Machina.
Deus Ex Machina.
But, okay, why do you say that it sucked, though?
Well, it was slow towards the end once they do the reveal that it wasn't her, and that completely kills out Wells. Mm-hmm. And then they're the ending.
I feel
so weak.
I feel the ending is very reminiscent to what it was the season before, where all of a sudden he runs off. And then, everything
leaves
happens.
Iris on the porch.
Yeah, leaves Iris on the porch, and then the whole Flashpoint and everything. I feel that it was very close to it because it was like, okay, everything seems great, and then crack, crack, here goes thunder and lightning hitting down at the
thunder,
lightning. It was like, pow, because that's what they say in the comics.
Lightning.
Thunder, lightning.
Thank you.
Pow. That's exactly what happened, and it's hitting down at Star Labs, ruins it even more than it was already ruined, and we knew immediately it was the Speed Force.
Yeah,
we knew. Red lightning doesn't happen.
Red and yellow lightning.
Red and yellow
from
lightning
the sky that way.
Yeah,
of course
no,
not.
Come on.
That's not a thing.
The way it shook, and then all the speedsters could feel it in their bones.
They knew it.
I love Barry and Mr. Leary, that's who he is to me, looking at each other, being like, Speed Force.
Yeah, like Jay and Barry look right at each other, like Speed Force.
Can we talk about that also real quick? That weird line they gave Jay. It's getting real bad out there. The emergency people are going to be overrun soon. It was kind of like we need him to say something.
They had some weird lines in there. Like when his mom comes out, Joe's like, "Hey, look, it's your mom."
Yeah.
Duh.
Well, I thought to me,
I had no idea that was my mom.
That's weird. No, for Joe, that's weird. Because it's like, well, what the F? So he's like, hey, look, it's your
what
mom.
up, Jezzer?
Hey.
Jezzer! For me, I'm kind of in between the two of you. I didn't love it.
Okay.
But I didn't hate it.
Okay.
No, the fight scene was amazing. We had four speedsters. A four-speedster smash was going on.
It was epic.
We had two Vipers fighting like Killer Frost. And then, my question was, where the hell was Wells during this whole entire thing? Because he said he was there to back them up, and I was like, well, where'd you go?
He was there to back them up scientifically. He wasn't there to go ahead and be muscle. They had enough muscle. I mean, was he going to
who are we talking about? I was just laughing.
Wells.
Oh, okay, thanks.
He wasn't going to join in and be like, all right, let me bring out this cannon and shoot, what's her name? Because they definitely still want her to live. So I think two Vibers fighting her is good enough.
Yeah, that was good enough. Especially they showed her and like, oh, I vibed you dying, so I came here to help you. She's. I need to know who was a person
I
she
need her
lost.
to be a series regular.
I need to, yeah.
Her brother, wasn't it?
Did they mention? Did they ever mention?
I think it was her brother. If I'm remembering it. But
first we thought it was, remember we were trying to figure out, we thought it was
if I ship anybody, it's going to be Iris from Earth 2. That badass one.
But the thing is, Iris is going to get there.
Matthew was like, I ship Ernie and Iris, and I was like, Earth 2.
Without Barry there to protect everyone, they're all going to have to step up to be better.
Well, Cisco got better.
Because you saw Cisco even said it, I'm not a hero. And he's like, you're going to be. Like, it was just, you will be.
It's like, you've always been my hero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that Iris that we love from Earth 2 is going to come out. And Earth, Vibe is going to be badass because Gypsy's going to stick around.
And they got the badass Wells.
They got the great Wells back again. Not that I didn't. I loved HR, but he's not the original.
And we should be getting Jesse back.
We should be getting Jesse back.
Oh, because now
Jay's back and he can go back to his own world.
And now she can come back and go.
She can come back.
Yeah, there will be a lot.
Just going down the line with it. So we get how you felt about the switcheroo. How about you?
I
first off,
words.
Say you called it.
We called it.
Yep.
And I really like that happened for all the reasons we said last week. I like that he did it to make up for his mistake.
Yeah, but
he knew. But then this is my question. Then, obviously, then this makes this. It's not really a question. What am I saying? The moment that broke everything.
Yeah, it was. That's right.
So it wasn't, just in case anyone's thinking, because I said this to you during the thing, I was like, does this mean it was always him?
See, but then...
And then they explained that, nope, it wasn't, because if it was, then everything would still be going as normal.
Exactly. Now, this is a part of the switcheroo that I fucking hated. Okay. And it wasn't because she stayed alive. It was the fact that we were like, where in the timeline, like, how does he switch with her? And they show the flashback. Yeah. And I think that is so dumb that he shows up, and then he runs away with her, and what the hell is Savitar doing? He's the fastest person in the world, and he can't run and catch up to them. Give him enough time to run into an alley and switch his little thing and switch faces, and it was Caitlin the one that came.
But didn't he have to know? What am I saying? But he had to notice that she was gone. He didn't notice right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then he turned around and saw, like, she blasted Wells, and he could have right there sped up and grabbed them. But no, he just stood there and let Caitlin do it.
He's like,
this
Caitlin,
was
go.
that was his path to ascension, and he let it get away from his sight.
Yeah,
that is his folly.
Well, this is the thing. As a god, it's not my job to crush ants.
Oh, but that is your path to become God. Why would you let that out of your hand?
Let me finish the sentence. As a god, it's not my job to kill ants. So what am I going to do? I'm going to delegate. Okay, go kill the ants.
Not when the ant has the power to create you into a god.
But he didn't know that was going to happen. So all he did was dispatch, as he's going to, and just say, hey, I'm going to delegate. Go get them. All I really need is Iris. I don't really care about her.
I would not let her out of my fucking...
And he was still repairing. He was busy trying to repair the suit.
So he doesn't need the suit to stop him. It's Wells. He doesn't have powers.
But he was repairing the suit because of everything that's happened to him. Remember, it was just shot. And now he's putting it back together and making sure everything's good.
He had a timeline.
So he's working according to it. So, okay, I can't... Yes, I am the Flash. I can almost be everywhere at once, but I can't truly be everywhere at once yet. So, go ahead and take care of this while I fix that.
That was it. Up.
He did fuck up.
He fucked up. That's his fault.
Okay, all right, fine.
Like that is
fine.
That was, and that's what I thought.
If you were Savitar, you would have been like, fuck it, break his neck, and then just tie her up, and then go back and work on other things.
Yes,
that'd be easy. I get it.
That
makes sense
for sure. But in the world of master villainy,
but seeing that it did happen,
so
going from it. I do gotta say, the moment when they realized, okay, they didn't kill him, like you said earlier, they brought up the fact immediately. Where it was like, I'm loving this episode because for me, the writers were like, okay, we've been writing this show for so long, but one thing we never do is challenge ourselves. So they were smart enough to challenge themselves, and they had the characters ask the questions that we would automatically ask.
Yeah, they completely called themselves out.
Yeah, like, so much they were like, wait a minute, so what does happen now? Like you asked, wait, so was he always the one? No, he wasn't the one? So then what's the deal?
The paradox is going to take him out. Okay,
how was that? How does that make sense? Like, I like how when they said the paradox is going to take him out, and then here goes Joe still. Okay, so how does that work?
How long is that going to take?
Yeah, like, I love how they were like, we're not going to give
20
ourselves...
years?
We're not going to give ourselves leeway. We are going to actually give an answer that makes sense and not be that whole, what they did earlier during the season. Because science, because of time, because it's TV.
They actually had real answers.
I love that.
And now bring up my other point.
Yes.
Bitch ass Iris just stood on the sidelines and watched it happen.
Well,
she was as Wells in the sidelines watching it happen.
Exactly
of course, we know she couldn't tell, like Barry, because obviously then Salvatore no. But she could have done something. It seems like there could have been time. She could have mentioned to somebody. There's fucking cell phones in this world. She stood in the sidelines, knowing that a version of herself was about to get stabbed, and she watched herself, HR, get stabbed.
But it's what he wanted.
It was.
Still, you don't just stand there and let it happen when it's one of your close friends.
But her dad was already there holding the trigger. What was she gonna do?
Her job was to
fucking shoot or say something.
Her job was to
warn them.
Her job was to hide out
and hope that it worked. That was her job.
Oh, she knew it was gonna work.
That's what he wanted.
She knew it was gonna work.
Well, they first thought
she could have tried something.
She didn't know that the Speed Force bazooka.
Because let me say this to your point, Ernie. If she was to say something and someone messed up again, then everything he sacrificed was for naught.
That's right.
Then everything. So she followed his rule to the T, because if she didn't and something got messed up, then he dies for nothing.
No, because then she would have died.
No.
Oh, shut up, dude.
That's not how that would happen.
So Wally isn't in a wheelchair.
Wally is not in a wheelchair, kids.
That was interesting.
Still don't get it. I still don't get it.
Yeah.
Still don't get it.
I mean, they changed a lot. Wally's not in the wheelchair. Cisco has his hands.
Things had to change in order for it to be different.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Cisco has his hands. Caitlin is now like figuring out her life.
Something in between.
Stupid ass Caitlin. Caitlin drives me insane.
You know, let's go into it.
Wait, did she keep the potion, or she just gave
it back?
She gave it back to him.
So they still have it.
They have it.
Caitlin went through a big journey throughout this whole season.
Was it a journey? I don't think it's a journey.
She figured out finally in the end that the truth is,
she had a choice.
Being Killer Frost, yes, I had a choice from the beginning.
Freaking choice.
My thing once again, and I'm this is weird to look at it this way, but let's say from a feminist viewpoint, nothing but these men, scientists, and everything telling her that, oh, once you get your powers, once you become better than us, you're evil. That's how I feel. I feel it was just like that. Once you get your powers, once you become better than us, you're evil. Yeah. And that's what's going to happen. And she believed everyone telling her.
She believed the hype.
Until she got to a point where she realized, you know what? I'm strong. I'm independent. I listen to Beyonce. I can do what I need to on my own, you know? And then that's exactly what she did when she saw Savitar going to kill someone. And she realized, dude, even though everything I've done, Cisco still has this level of belief in me. So I'm not going to kill him. And with that being the case, he could have had the moments at least kill me, stop me, hold me down, and he did none of the above.
Look, Sir Mac brought up a good point, which we also mentioned, was Barry almost looked like he didn't care about HR when he died. After he died, he started looking for Iris. You remember how he just kind of just dropped and walked away? It's like,
he cared initially, got all the info, got what he wanted him to tell Cisco. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm sorry, that's going to probably be my next thought is, holy shit, this happened. Iris is alive. Where the fuck is she?
Yeah.
Shoot. I felt kind of cool just how he just dropped.
No, because Wells pretty much knew, I'm dead now, go check on her too, but he told him all that and they give him the wink, which is like kind of like, you know, in every bit of television, it's like, all right, that's good, nothing else you can do. Yeah. Here's my wink, goodbye. Like, it's like, kind of like, I just didn't give you the gun, that's all, but he's dying, and he's like, all right, this is it for me.
And then he wore sunglasses at the funeral, because men can't cry.
There you go. It's pretty much the case. But I wouldn't, Sir Mac, I mean, I get it, but how long would you do? Yeah, how long would you mourn your friend when essentially your wife is now alive? How long? What's the grieving?
What's the appropriate time before you start looking for your destined love of your life?
That's it. I'm just calling you out. I'm doing what the writers do. I'm calling you out. I want to know how long. How long is it? Like, Iris comes out. Stop! God, he's dead. But I'm alive. But he's dead. Like, do you keep doing that, or do you? All right, let me lay you down. Hey, like, I want to know. If you can tell me, I am paying attention.
So how long until we get Caitlin back next season?
Ooh.
We're supposed to be getting the Rogues, right?
Well, yeah, we're supposed to be getting... Speaking of that...
Rogues are supposed to be...
Speaking of that, I mean, they said at the Paley Fest, that's what they want. They said next season, no speedster villains. We're looking for our big bads to be focused more on the rogues.
Well, you remember
Speaking of that,
also when Savitar was in the labs, he said, "Hey, so what am I gonna do? You know, get an apartment here or something, and help you guys fight the rogues."
Yeah.
Mentioned that too.
See, I love that too, though. Right there, that's once again the writers calling themselves out, because the whole ideal when it comes to being a superhero is everything's happy and hokey and we're all great. But he was like, "But what happens to me? Okay, I've done all this to you, and now you guys are just going to act like you forgot it. Okay, fine. But now if I exist in your timeline and your reality...
Where do I fit in?
Where do I fit in?
This was the problem last time.
Every day I get to look at Iris and realize that I can't have her because you have her. And I'm only here because of you. And so what happens to me, like, that's a lot to have to deal with. Existential crisis every day. Every day. And I like how he asked the question that everyone else would have eventually asked. He asked it. And that's exactly, like you said, it runs into the same scenario from where I was from the beginning. But also in the lab, Savitar pointed out something, since we were talking about the rogues and Savitar. He pointed out something, I don't know if you guys noticed it. We took a little bit of time to notice it too. He actually mentions DeVoe, who is the thinker. He says when they get over there, oh, hey, this is like the neural splicer. Right here is where we created the neural splicer, which we used to stop DeVoe. And Barry looks at him like, what? Huh?
Who that?
Yeah, who that is?
Who that is?
You aren't there yet.
But and that's he's like, oh well, you're not there yet. But even though that seems like it was a throwaway line, it wasn't, because it's supposed to be pointing to who everyone is speculating is going to be the big bad for
even
season 4.
The chat keeps talking about it's they're building it up to be like DC Rebirth.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You think so?
They're bringing up some really good points.
Well, how are they? Okay,
what's
like what?
DC Rebirth? Do I need to Google?
No, I can tell you. DC Rebirth. So there was a thing called DC 52.
Do it anyway.
There's a thing called DC 52.
School us,
and DC 52 was what happened after we got everything aligned from Flashpoint. The end of Flashpoint, when Barry finally comes back, there was something that happened where DC 52 started. It's a new world. It was a new world that just took
right.
over, and
they said the future is theirs again.
Exactly. So things were different. People looked younger. There were stories that didn't happen at all and wouldn't happen because of everything that changed in Rebirth, changed in 52. So. Okay. According to comic sales, according to people that bought the comics, people like the stories, people were really upset. 52, for 5 years, people felt that 52 effed up DC.
What's up, Leron?
That's what people said. The writers said, okay, I kind of agree. One of the writers that really was vocal about it was Jeff Johns, who pretty much gave life to DC for such a long time.
Okay.
He made Flash what the Flash is right now. He made Aquaman what he is right now. Animal Man. Jeff Johns did amazing work, right? He's like in charge of everything that happened. When Berlanti writes stuff, he's still talking with Johns, and Johns is like, yo, this is what you should do. Do this storyline, and we'll change it this way. And they go along with it, and that's why Flash is so great. Mm-hmm. So, with that being the case, everyone rallying up against it, they change it, and they say, we're going to go back. And we're going to go back to DC Rebirth, bringing back those storylines that you love and still holding on to a bit of what happened in 52. It all happens with a button. Now, this button also, and I know it sounds funny, but did you ever see Watchmen?
No.
Oh, Watchmen.
Sorry about it.
It's a great movie you need to watch. It's amazing. Actually,
I read like half the graphic novel, but that was a really long time ago.
Yeah, and trust me, even the graphic novel is even better, but... Just watch the movie.
Billy.
Just watch the movie. Trust me, you'll love it. You'll love it. But so with that, what happens is there's a button that's found inside of the Batcave once we get back to Rebirth, and that button is kind of like circles around everything. Apparently, I'm gonna ruin a lot for you guys right now.
What are you ruining?
Dr. Manhattan.
Watchmen. If you've never seen Watchmen, whatever.
Dr. Manhattan.
The movie came out forever ago, and the book came out forever ago. So if you haven't seen it or watched it, you're in my place, and it's your own fault.
There you go. So Dr. Manhattan pretty much placed the button there to help people remember that there was a reality that existed inside of Flashpoint. Now, in Flashpoint, I remember I gave you homework and told you to watch at least the animated Flashpoint.
You did, and I didn't do it.
Gosh!
You gotta remember, I live with a roommate, and if she doesn't watch it, I can't watch it.
True, but
we gotta tell her to watch it?
No, but she does kind of watch The Flash, so I thought...
She doesn't watch The Flash.
Oh, shoot, she doesn't.
Doesn't she watch the Supergirl?
So...
She watches the
Supergirl?
No, actually, that's true.
This is my problem.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
So then I gotta find time when I'm alone, which is never, because we hang out also, are like best friends and hang out all the time.
That's true. That's
true.
I could upload it to Google Drive.
She still won't watch it.
On the hashtag
she still won't watch it. She still won't watch it.
Okay. So anyway. So, but you're kind of familiar. You're familiar with what happened. You're familiar with what happened with Flashpoint.
Yes.
So anyway, from there, I'm trying to give you guys a quick reboot.
There's nothing quick about it.
In Flashpoint, Zoom pretty much made Flashpoint. Reverse Flash made all of Flashpoint happen. What Zoom? Reverse Flash made all of Flashpoint happen, right? But in the Flashpoint, what happens is a lot of things change. For example, Batman is actually, instead of Bruce Wayne, Thomas Wayne, which is Bruce Wayne's father.
Okay.
And the people that died in the alley were Bruce's wife. Thomas's wife and Bruce.
Yeah.
They died, so he becomes Batman because of that.
Cool.
So it's just in the Wayne lineage, it's in their blood. Somebody has to become Batman, apparently. So that happens.
And that guy's brutal.
Barry goes back, and he's brutal. He doesn't care. He's brutal when it comes to just.
And this is Rebirth.
This is in Flashpoint.
Oh, this is.
I'm going to give you a little bit of Flashpoint, and then go to Rebirth.
Got it. I'm
ready. With that happening, they meet Barry, who is traveling through time, kind of disjointed, figures out because Reverse Flash tells him, I made sure that when you came back and you thought you were in the right time, you weren't, because I need you to pretty much F up. Mm-hmm. I need this to happen. This is the world that should be built. This is it, and he's ruining everything. Everything is not the way it seems. There's wars between the Atlanteans and the Themyscira and all this stuff. Superman is not even Themyscira. That's right.
Superman is an Ethiopian kid.
Yeah, Superman.
He looks like an Ethiopian kid, like super bony and small and short.
Yeah.
Because they as soon as he crash landed, I think they locked him up, right?
Yep.
And he was stuck up and tested in in a lab all his entire life, and he was just like a scared little cat.
Thin, slim, small. So, but
still strong as fuck, though.
Yeah, all these things happen, and everybody's ruined. But ultimately, Barry finds a way to fix everything, and in this giant epic fight with Reverse Flash and all this stuff, here comes out of nowhere.
I'm sorry.
Bubbles out of nowhere. Reverse Flash This is all part of my diddly-do, so you guys can remember this.
I'm listening.
While all this happens, the bubbles are going to help you because I'm going to tell you something that's like, oh my gosh. So while all this is happening, everything is this giant epic fight.
I love you, Daryl.
Bruce Wayne,
I love you so much.
pretty much blows a hole inside of Reverse Flash.
Oh.
Like, bow! Like, giant hole. Reverse Flash is dead. So he dies. But, in the animated one, he shoots a hole, but in the comic, shivs him with the sword, and he's dead. And then from there, he's no longer siphoning off of the Speed Force, so now Barry can run back in time to stop himself from doing the Flashpoint. And that's what happens, and that clears it up. And then when he comes back, New 52 starts. So anyway, now New 52, I'm so sorry guys, so now New 52 happens, and when New 52 does happen, Daniel will watch the animated movie. It will explain a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm giving the breakdown from the animated as well as really from the comic.
Just watch it.
The animated was kind of not right on, and Rebirth is more based on what's happening with the comic.
Right.
So in the comic, now we get to Rebirth. After the New 52, they decided it was crap. There's a big kind of cataclysmic thing that happens. Superman dies. Another Superman shows up. That was actually the Superman from the regular timeline, not the 52. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's not Clark Kent. He's Jonathan Kent, named after his father. Long thing. But that Superman part isn't the important part. The important part is only Batman and Flash. So Batman's inside of the Batcave. And while he's inside the Batcave, which all out of nowhere, I have to tell this because I was reading the comic, he's watching a hockey game. He didn't know Batman was a hockey fan. But he's watching a hockey game. Yeah. He's watching a hockey. Yeah, kind of violent. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So he's watching a hockey game, and sure enough, he sees like something happens on a hockey game, and he's talking to the Flash on the phone. He tells the Flash, "Hey, I'm investigating something. I need you to come there." All right, I'll be here in a minute. So he expects Flash to show up in a minute, if not a little bit less. And sure enough, in a minute, pow! Here comes lightning, and you're thinking, "Oh my gosh, okay, it's a Flash that's there." He turns over and he's like, "Hey." So Flash, he sees it's actually Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash was dead. He's been dead for 5 years after Flashpoint. Somehow, he has been able to come back into reality, into life. Now remember, as a speedster, if you keep messing around with time, being outside of time,
that's what we've learned.
You become more than just an anomaly or an aberration.
Yeah.
You become existing outside of time. So even if time waves and ripples through and corrects stuff, it won't correct you. He knew that. He's always known that. His Zoom has existed outside of time for now almost 20-something years.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter. As Reverse Flash. Well, I'm sorry, not Zoom. Reverse Flash has existed for 20-something years outside of time because he went back in time. He's been here ever since. So, with that being the case, there's a whole thing where he starts beating up Batman, and then he grabs a button, the button that he found, that Batman found earlier, that was like wedged inside of his inside of the Batcave. He didn't understand as to why. The button's important later because it brings back the Watchmen, which is even bigger and more important. So
who left
he
the button?
sees, yeah, exactly. It's Dr. Manhattan later. We find out, but so he grabs the button and he's like, aha! What he says some stupid villain stuff, and then he disappears. 2 seconds after he disappears, he comes back on blue fire. Half of him is burned away. And he's like, I saw God! I saw God! And then drops and is dead. It's dead. And then, boom, Flash comes in. And Flash is like, what's going on? And he's like, all right, well, Batman's beat up. Beat the freak up. He is done.
Okay.
Laid out. Burned up. And then he's like, so what happened? And then he tells him, okay, he tells him everything about what happened to him and how he's all, what happened with Reverse Flash, what he saw, what happened. He says, all right, we got to get on the cosmic treadmill and figure out what's going on and fix everything. While they're on it, they start seeing flashes of all the different realities.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Flashes of all the different realities and everything of that nature. And they finally get to a point where they figure out Dr. Manhattan placed the button there for a reason. The reason he placed it there is because he actually was the only thing. Well, they go back far enough till they run into Thomas Wayne again. Now, the Flashpoint reality should be gone. It shouldn't exist. But something had the ability to keep it in existence even when it was supposed to be gone. It was Dr. Manhattan. He kept it there for existence for a reason. He is running an experiment, 1 on Batman, 2 on Flash, 3 on reality itself. So he needs that Flashpoint to exist to figure out some choices that Batman made, were they important? Were they supposed to happen? Some choices Flash made, were they important? Were they supposed to happen? All this stuff. And that's where we are right now. So, I don't know about Rebirth happening because they'd have to introduce Dr. Manhattan and all of that.
But
Sorry,
they can
guys.
do their own version of it.
But they can do
their own version of Flashpoint.
They can do
They did their own version of Flashpoint.
They can easily
so they
do their
could
own
do it.
version.
But now you're caught up, and I'm sorry, so sorry, guys, I had to go through all that. But some of you guys didn't know, so now you know too. But
Looks like Sarah's just along
sorry,
for the
Dan,
ride
I
at
buried
this
your name.
point.
Yeah. So did you see your glaze over at any time? Because I think that was it.
So much.
Just overloaded the
I'm
crowd.
overloaded in the brain.
But let you guys know, I know my stuff. So
He
I know my
does
stuff.
know
A little bit. So the quantum splicer.
Uh-huh.
That
While he
Savitar
talks
wanted
about
to make.
that, I'll flash a quick little picture that Ryan sent us. There you go. Continue.
Oh, shout out to Ryan
Hello.
dude, I love how you guys are so great. The art that Ryan's putting up right now, and he does it like almost every other episode, dude. Like, I love it. I can't draw that way, and that's why it makes it cool. But the quantum splicer, that was kind of interesting, saying that Savitar's plan was to split himself up amongst every spot in time,
Right.
and hold on to one consciousness, which would make him a god. He'd be omnipotent. He'd be omniscient. He's everywhere at once, and he knows everything.
He's like Visa.
Yeah, pretty much. He's
Everywhere you want to be.
We should get money for that. I hope you guys are watching.
Sponsor me.
There you go. But that on its own, like, God, that's insane. And if he went through with it, how dangerous would have Savitar been, man? Like, he would have actually been a god beyond a god beyond a god.
Yeah, but probably. I don't think there's any real way of stopping him after that.
No
real
but
way.
one way that did stop him was a bullet from Iris.
Pow.
Well,
For a
right
second,
after that
but-
amazing phasing
Yeah, I
thrust,
was like, what
people came from behind and thrusted his ass
Well,
out.
did he phase it or did the thing open up? I didn't know.
No, he
He
phased
phased in.
right
Okay,
through
he
it.
phased in and pushed him right out. Okay.
Right out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. And the suit just says, I can't hold two people. But it's amazing how the suit held on to Barry's brainwaves. Barry's brainwaves.
How they didn't figure out that he could also control it with his mind. Like, guys, you're the same person.
He picked it up pretty quick too. You would
He
think
did.
you would think that you would need a destruction manual and be like, oh, so this is how you pull the blade out, and this is how you change the colors.
It has to be. I know.
Yeah, the color
that's
scheming
interesting.
down and
Like,
everything.
He jumps in and says, "Let me change the desktop." He was like, "Phew, desktop change. All right, let's go." Like, out of all the things you're thinking of when it comes to fighting, and you're like, "I need to stop this," you still have to look good. And he was like, "Yep, I've got to change the desktop. Now I've done that. Let's handle this." Like,
It was all red. It was
oh,
super
it was so cool though. It was.
It looks
so
so much
cool.
meaner though.
It's that's what I said. Like, I'm thinking about it the whole time. I'm like, man, Savitar should have been red the whole time because it's like red. Red equals fire.
Yeah,
danger,
but blue. But we
water.
designated that blue as a color of another level of speed.
That's true.
Yeah, so
Well,
to prove that
but the
Savitar's
white
fast.
lightning. But the white lightning was already the other sense of speed.
I
But
think
yeah,
that was super
true.
cool.
I don't know. I just think we still haven't run into like the whole Godspeed thing. I wonder.
I
you
don't
said
like,
no speedsters this
Well,
season.
okay, no wait. The next season, it's probably not gonna. It's not going
not
to
gonna
have
happen
a
next season.
speedster like bad guy or
No.
boss.
Big bad.
But
Big
it
bad.
doesn't mean there won't be speedsters. Because we
Right.
saw, because I think they're gonna be dabbling a little bit more on other Earths.
Oh, the accelerated man story.
especially with now with Gypsy kind of like it looks like she might be joining the team.
Yeah.
They're gonna be messing around with more Earths, and we saw that other speedster,
The accelerated man.
the accelerated
Well,
man, and like he might be coming like, next season. And
Yeah. With all that,
some other
like,
stuff.
lightning just crashing down, do you think that can affect people?
Well, yeah. Well,
you know what
imagine
I'm
if the
saying?
speed,
Like,
the speed force
could-
almost
could
connected
they,
to
like,
real life, so creating more
like
speedsters.
more speedsters, like randomly, like so all of a sudden this one Earth
All of a
has
sudden
like
we can-
12,000.
Well, we
speedsters.
could get our Max Mercury possibly. And remember, Speed Force is also something that kind of exists outside of time and dimensions. I wonder when it was happening there, was it happening on other Earths as well?
On other Earths. Most likely.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Well,
and
the
they were-
Speed Force freak out?
Yeah, like
no,
Speed
it
Force
was just
freak out?
their Earth.
Are we sure?
Yeah, I think so because that's the Earth that was like that. They had to take
That's the
Barry.
Earth. It was, yeah, that's true.
That
It
was
did
the
happen
Barry
as
they
well,
were
that's
coming
the one.
for.
Okay.
They were like, "Bro, we're coming for
Okay.
you. Either
That's
you're
true.
gonna come peacefully or we're gonna make this happen."
Man. Okay, now when Savitar went with them into the when he went with them willingly into the Star Labs and everything, what was your thought? You were like, okay, I know I don't trust him.
Yeah.
What was your thinking of, what was his plan?
I absolutely did not trust him, but I wasn't sure what his plan was. Because I was like, is he scoping it out? Is he going to leave a bomb?
Right.
Are they actually, maybe they are going to wear him down a little bit and he's going to try? Like, there was a lot. I
think he had ulterior motives planned out, but I don't think it was his main. I think his main was actually to hear them out. I mean, think about it. He turned into Savitar because he was shunned. He was completely left out. He's out of connection of this team that he loved so much and grew with.
Yeah.
And they were reaching out to him, so why not?
True.
But he did go with an ulterior motive, and that was to hear them out, and if he didn't like it, then
try to kill them.
Then blow up the Star Labs.
So that also means the Philosopher's Stone is no longer in existence.
Yeah, because he used it, right?
He used it to blow up the lab.
Yeah.
So to me, that would mean there's always a way to bring it back.
True.
But at this point in time,
the Philosopher's Stone.
The Philosopher's Stone, that's the word,
right?
Is no longer. It's kaput.
It's at least not in play at the moment, so.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Because, I mean, that stone's already gone through some hell. It's been broken apart, thrown in the Speed Force. It's existed all through time along with Savitar, so I don't see it completely disappearing.
Well, I mean, like Oscar Lopez says, I honestly thought the writers were going full on cheese, and we're going to make Baratar turning good in actual in an actual finale.
I thought they were gonna do Walking Dead, where they were going to be like, I'm not gonna kill you, and then they capture him and throw him in prison and keep him in prison, and then every once in a while consult him. Because we're gonna I knew we were gonna lose Arbery. I knew that. I had a feeling we were gonna lose him. So they were gonna use Savitar as a kind of consulting, and eventually maybe we need your help, and then get him. And I thought they were gonna slowly kind of turn him as a replacement for Barry while he wasn't there. Because I don't honestly next season I honestly don't think we're gonna have Barry. At least not for the first maybe 2-3 episodes.
Before we go that far, I just want to say what I thought. I thought maybe he was just going to come in and either kidnap Tracy and have her finish working on his thing, or he was going to find out what they were doing, get more information for his plans, and then go back. That was all. But I didn't expect to blow up. I didn't expect that, honestly. I didn't.
I thought he was just stalling for time.
But then while we were watching, you did say that. You were like, oh, he's stalling for time. Then you just kind of saw it oh, shoot, he is stalling for time. He really is. But at one moment, I was kind of upset because I was like, guys, you better not turn him right now. And one of the most touching moments on the episode was, touching, phrasing, when she literally does touch his face.
Yeah.
And she touches Savitar's face and she's like, we're going to help you. And it really does seem like he's like, I'm willing. I want that.
Because he loves her.
He loves her.
He still loves her.
See, and that's where it came into that whole thing of,
and that's,
if you love me, why are you going to kill me?
He wants to become a god.
Yeah.
Power can
so you want power
change.
more than you want power more than you want.
Well, because he'll never have her.
If you ever watch Naruto, the Uchiha clan, they unlock the ultimate power of their eyes by killing the closest person to them, the person they love, and it's mostly the brother. So a lot of these people, and it's just legend. They're you kill the closest person to you, and your eyes will unlock and become even stronger. You will become close to becoming a god.
Right.
And a lot of them, they did it. They killed their brothers. They killed their family. They killed their whole entire clan just to achieve this power.
Kylo Ren killing his father.
Yes.
But see, with that, there's precedent that's been set. They are literally a clan. These people, the only way to be part of that clan is to do this thing. For Savitar, he's the first of his kind, essentially, to do that. And doesn't mean he has to befall that ideal. And yet he does. And it's just, that's a beast of a person, man.
He explains it, though. And that was kind of his turning point, I think, when he was actually considering listening to them, was that he's looking at her and remembers, he's like, I remember proposing to you. I remember how much I love you. I remember, he's like, I remember marrying you. He remembers all of it.
Mm-hmm.
but he will never have it.
And that's the thing.
That was his turning point. He's like, this is the reason I'm here. This is the reason I'm doing this. You know, I'm choosing power because I will never have what I truly want in life.
Man. What's going on here? Carlos, but Matthew, this is a good point. If it happens, you and Daniel both what?
Let's see. No, that's not it. Matthew Johnson. Daniel, do you remember the Speed Force Storm and Flash Rebirth where a bunch of people became speedsters?
Yeah. That's why when I said, do we think it happened only here and not because it did happen in Rebirth?
Yeah, I like Ryan's question. This is great. What is your favorite scene from this episode?
From the finale.
And it's got to be that speedster fight. The speedster fight. I love how he chops the trees and they crash down and they parkour over it. Like you see Kid Flash.
Kid Flash is like seriously, and everybody else like I parkour. They're like yelling it like parkour.
Yeah, that was great. That's probably my favorite scene. Just that fighting.
It was for me. It was for me. I mean, like I said, that touching scene though, that was man. Because it gave me so much insight into him, into her, into how he does feel about it. Like, some great writing on this one episode. This one episode for me. And great acting also.
Yeah.
Not too great on the makeup. Because Sarah pointed out some stuff
Can we
that
just
was
talk about how dreadful Barry's make or Savitar Barry's.
You can see his. I pointed out. You can see his sideburns underneath the scar.
If you guys watch it again,
It's okay.
we'll see.
Not all makeup artists are effects artists, and then a lot of times they don't want to pay the money to the effects artists, and they just have to.
They already dumped everything on the fight scene. CGI.
I'm just like, damn.
They're like, hey, you don't do makeup? Come on there, you can do that.
Just
Some
like
guy
no
off the
one
street.
looked at that on camera and was like, let's at least try to fix it in post.
At least.
And maybe they did, and that's just how it came.
Oh my gosh,
That
dude.
costs extra money.
But I
Time and money.
I noticed people talked about it. Gypsy showing up, man.
Yeah, I like her so much.
She's so great. She's like, came for you. Idiot.
Oh my god. Yeah,
he's like, well, you can tell we're connected more. Like,
Total.
God.
Did she call him an a-hole?
Total Sunder. I love
I
it.
thought she did. I think she called him an a-hole, and I was like, this doesn't happen on the Flash. Like, did you say a-hole?
Yeah.
Or did she say idiot?
I don't think she called him an asshole.
Okay. No, dumbass. She called him a dumbass.
Dumbass.
Yeah, she did.
A dumbass. A dumbass.
Yeah, a dumbass.
She's
don't
such
know.
a Sunday.
I'm trying not to-
Oh my god, I love it.
How many cusses enough?
She's
How many cusses enough?
so much that our anime with the show that we do on Thursdays. And
Oh my god,
I
there's gonna be a parental advisory now.
I'm putting a parental advisory on there now.
Literally, because
It's
Ernie
like literally,
just
'cause
lets it flow. So that's what I'm trying to,
I cuss so much and talk about the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
I have to hold back on this one.
But Savitar, not Savitar, Gypsy.
Jackass.
Yeah, oh, there you go. I can say that.
Jackass.
She called him a donkey.
Called him a donkey.
A burrow.
A burrow. I can say that.
A jack's
But
ass.
there you go. No,
Jackass.
see, no, that's different. That's different.
I feel if they said it on the show, we could say
Jackass.
it.
Yeah, okay.
Jackass.
She called him a jackass.
Jackass.
Yeah.
And it was
cute.
It was
So
still
awesome.
great because their connection. She said, "I felt you vibing all the way," and he was like, "Wait, so you felt me vibing?"
And Barry, before he leaves, he's like, "Don't mess things up with her."
Yeah.
He's like, I'll try not to.
Don't mess
It's like,
things up with her.
dude, Team Flash has now grown so wide. It goes across Earth. You know, the Earths. Like it's so many Earths.
They're the same person.
And I love it that it's grown so far because it's like really with everything that does happen, we don't have a Superman even though we have a Supergirl in another Earth.
We do have a
Technically,
Superman.
there is a Superman in the other Earth.
Oh yeah.
He's just
if you guys haven't watched Supergirl, it was man.
I gotta wait for it to hit
They
Netflix, and then I'll figure mine out.
They address the fact that like because if you read it and you know it, Supergirl is stronger than Superman. Mm-hmm. And she really gets down to it. She's much stronger than him. And so they had to have a fight due to something that happened. And she wallops him. And it was like, because she was like, I'm just going to let go. Wow. It just, boom, he's laid out. And I was like, yeah. And it was so good.
Is it because she was on Krypton longer than him or something?
Because she was older. Her body knows how to, what is it called? Metabolize sunlight in a different way than he does. So when she arrived, she was able to her body was able to do it in a different way. But I would think actually it should be him because he pretty much was there as a baby. So his body learns how to metabolize it in a much better way. You know, yeah. I would think it had time to do it, but hers, no.
I would have looked at the other way. That he was more human because he was there longer.
That's what I said.
That's what I say. She was on Krypton.
That's good. That's good. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, she was on Krypton longer.
I can get behind that.
And her body's older, and just when she landed there,
Carlos wants you guys to dance again.
Well, I'm sorry, that's a super chat function.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, if you want to go ahead and super chat us, trust me, do a little bit of dancing. A little bit of dancing. But
Carlos, you dance.
That was me. That was Ernie. Ernie just dance more. That's all Ernie does.
That is true.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. That dancing was so much. It was so much. But I did enjoy when Team Savitar got together and tried to open up the Speed Force. And sure enough, when they did, here comes the Black Racer, or as they're calling him still, Black Flash, shows up. And the way they stop him, I'm gonna say no one else thinks this is kind of slightly racist. you were like,
racist?
Black Flash? And they hit him with cold. Yeah, you know, one thing he can't stand, one thing he can't deal with is cold. Everyone knows. I'm going to say this because I can. Everyone knows black people aren't the ones that deal with cold. We are not. We live in New York, and you'll see it's like, yo, I got a burqa on, son. Like, I'm seriously, yo, it's cold outside, son. Seriously, like, we don't like cold. We don't like cold. And so, like, we're the ones that are wrapped up the most in New York. You go to New York, you'll see it. You're like, man, right over the Bronx. It hits about roughly, let's say, go down to 50 degrees. We are wrapped up like snow has already started to fall. Like, we got burqas on. Like, you're like, oh man, who is that Sherpa? No, that's just Jamal. Like, we are not fans of that. And sure enough, Black Flash, what's the one thing that can stop him? Cold. Nothing else can stop him.
But here's a real question though, because I did kind of nod that too. I was like, is that racist?
Yes, you did.
Is Black Flash dead?
No, and this is the weird thing. Black Flash exists in this weird kind of thing where it's like, okay, yes, you may have seen that happen and he's gone. He'll be out and back to normal.
He regenerates.
Something like that.
Question. Matthew DaCosta, are Black Flash and Black Racer two different entities?
No, the Black Racer is indeed the Black Flash. The Black Racer is what a speedster sees, their interpretation of a Grim Reaper. And here in the show, they just didn't want to use the Black Racer.
His name Hunter?
So, yeah, Hunter Zolomon. Oh. Hunter Zolomon. Because you remember, Hunter Zolomon was the other... well, he was Zoom.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're just... Bye-bye, Hunter. But no, he's still there. He's still there. He'll show up later. We'll see him. He was just recently on...
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Is it an actor or is it a CGI person?
Oh, CG. It's CG because it's like if you ever get to see it. Yeah, it's like all skull and everything there.
Got
He's just, yeah. But I want them to do a story where they do have the Black...
Racer.
The Black Racer show up because in the comic he showed up Last time he showed up, it was there to reclaim not Iris, but some other girl that Barry was dating that happened to be imbued with speedster powers, and they averted death. So then he had to come to still collect her. Oh. Yeah, it was kind of like what's that movie?
Final Destination.
Yeah, it's kind of like Final Destination. They were just working all to try to stop it, and it's still claimed.
Those movies.
But I love those movies.
I love them.
Can we get Devin Sawawa on a superhero show, please?
Oh my God, that would be great.
Sawawa?
Right, Devin Sawawa.
Sawawa?
I just call him Sawawa.
Sawawa?
Because I've called him that since he was on Now and Then.
Yeah.
Or like Casper. Let's go back that. Little Giants. You want to go back even
Little Giants?
Yeah, I think he would be great on a superhero show.
Well, which one?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far, but I'm just saying.
Okay. I can see him on something.
Just think about it.
Oh my gosh. So, but still, even dealing with that, I thought it was kind of cool with the unlocking of the Speed Force equation, where one in, one out.
The skeleton key?
Skeleton key.
It's never that easy.
But it wasn't. But I thought, because when it happened, I thought to myself, it's never that easy.
It broke. I thought they broke it. Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Because it was so dope. Like, boom. And then he was like...
Speed Force would be pissed and be like, bitch, you took my speed.
And that's exactly what it did. And it just...
Like, no, it's like you don't play the Speed Force like that.
But here's my question. That whole thing started because, what's her name, Tracy, locked Savitar away in a cage into the Speed Force. So it created this prison that had to have one at all times. But now, since we didn't get that, why does that still exist?
Wibbly wobbly timey-wimey Speed Force. Because that's something the writer should have done an ass.
Y'all know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Y'all heard me?
Exists outside of time.
Well, the Speed Force does. See, but that's the thing. Now it does. Why didn't it exist outside of time earlier? Because she didn't make it.
Yep.
So why does something that exists outside of time that would have been later, actually in the future, have to exist now? Mm-hmm. If it's in the future and there before it even would happen in any level of a timeline, why does it have Flashpoint?
Flashpoint just it's like how did
it ruined everything.
Yeah, I mean like why did it create Savitar? Because Savitar is just an unending loop which had no beginning. Right. That cage was created also through Flashpoint. So it didn't have a beginning, doesn't have an end. It's always been there. But before Flashpoint happened, there was no cage, or maybe there was a cage, but we didn't know about it because they didn't go to that end of the Speed Force.
How do you think they're gonna get Barry? Are they gonna get Barry back?
How do we get
Barry back? Or is the Time Force gonna be like, you've served your time?
No, there's no.
We're gonna let you out on parole.
The only way he's gonna get out.
He's not going to hell because it's gonna be where he's going is different.
It's gonna be they're not gonna torment him,
right? Because like Jay and Molly lived in hell forever. Like, he's not going to a prison. He's going there for a purpose.
Yeah, well, to create some level of balance. So he has to promote balance. So it's just like, come with us, Barry. You promote balance. So you live in this kind of fake life.
Yeah. So the only way he'll get out is if the Speed Force lets him out. And the only reason, the only thing that's going to give the Speed Force the reason to let him out is if there's an imbalance in the Speed Force.
Which is all the people who got hit by lightning.
And if anything that's an accident caused, because I don't think the Speed Force will intentionally do that.
You know, can I talk about this? Because I kind of brought it up. I remember in the I tweeted it, but the whole thing of so.
Sometimes I watch myself because there's like a delay on the screen.
Yeah, there is.
I'm like, what am I doing? Sorry, I got distracted by myself.
But one thing that still kind of tripped me out, Iris did know that Wells, HR, was going to sacrifice himself for her.
Yes.
I asked this question again. What kind of person does that make you? Well, you know,
we talked about this already.
I told you she's a bitch.
We talked about this. She did. Did you not see the flashback? He just did it.
I know that.
She was like, no, what's happening? You can't do this. And he's like, yes, I can, bitch.
Yeah, no.
And then she gets knocked out, and he says, no. She had zero choice.
But by the time she gets up and running up the stairs and everything like that, I understand now looking at it, that all happened. All this whole thing happened about her being kidnapped.
Less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was within the same day. It was within the same day that she ran away from where she was as Wells, as HR, and ran up the stairs. That's why she wasn't there already with the gun. She just got there.
Out.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, you just got there. There's a phone call.
We discussed this. I've already said she can't say anything because if she messes it up, because
not
like
to Barry, to her dad.
No,
that's why I said a phone call because I doubt she remembers Barry's number. Okay, this is the guy who started dating and blah blah. It's on my phone.
It all has to go smoothly. Everyone has to believe Iris is dead. Everyone.
Look. She hadn't said. You heard the message she left. You heard the message she left them.
Yeah.
She was already committed to dying. She accepted it. So now that one guy steps in her place and be like, "Don't worry, I'll die for you," and be like, "Okay, sure, go right ahead." But she had already accepted death. She already accepted death. So once somebody says, "I'll take her place," she stays quiet and watches on the sideline.
Did you watch a different episode?
I watched it and I watched.
When I'm sorry, when this is excuse me, when I reenact this shit, I'm gonna be Wells and you be Iris. Hey, I've saved you. Zach, my face is your face. Okay. Caitlin.
That's exactly what happened. Caitlin smacked you and knocked you out. That was it.
You have no time to react. You have nothing. So now you gotta run your happy ass Because you know that fool doesn't have a fucking phone.
Exactly. That is true.
You gotta run yourself. And even if he did, why is she gonna call and be like, I'm alive? He's got HR. Then everyone's gonna start fuddling around to save HR, and the whole thing's gonna get ruined.
If she happened to have a phone and she calls her dad and
says,
the whole when you're on the rooftop, just pull the trigger early.
The whole thing will get ruined.
If he shoots early, then...
Well, no, I'm saying because they were trusting that gun was going to work. She was also trusting the gun was going to work.
Oh, the bazooka. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They were all trusting that.
The bazooka was going to work because they know that it's supposed to.
There was no reason for it not to.
But he figured out exactly how not to. Okay, that's true. All right.
The growl over there is because I'm right.
Yeah, she's right. She should have told at least one person. I mean, I agree with what Sir Mac is saying.
How is she going to tell one person?
Or everyone other than Barry to avoid.
Also, are you telling me that Joe was going to answer his phone?
That's true. Not at that one moment.
That phone
I'm sitting up here like this.
That phone's not on vibrate.
Ring. Oh shoot! Let me. Hey, what's going on?
He's not listening to work.
He wouldn't.
He's not listening to anyone.
He's looking to save what he knows is his daughter. To be his daughter. That's true. I'm not going to answer my phone. I'm looking to shoot this guy that has my daughter.
As the backup if the bazooka doesn't work.
But yeah, true.
Still didn't do it though.
That's very true because once the bazooka didn't work and he breaks out and then he brings her up and he's like, ha ha, Flash, blah blah blah.
Then
that would have been a shot in the head.
I also feel like that went much faster than it seemed.
Okay.
And also, if that's happening, he's now in shock because everything that they hoped for has failed. And there's nothing he's going to be able to do.
That is very true. Now, that's true. Yeah. And what was he going to do with it? I mean, ultimately. And I'm thinking most likely when he went ahead and reinforced that suit, probably made it a little bit of bulletproof. I'm thinking this time he probably did. But speaking of threads, Sarah, people are actually mentioning your jacket right now.
Oh, my jacket is super awesome. And I actually bought this. We're not sponsored by Her Universe. But this is my Wonder Woman jacket, kids.
That's a song that happens. Wait, let me see if you can see it. Okay, you may stand up a little bit. I don't know. So this is Daughters of Themyscira, which is dopeness.
And my favorite part of the jacket is this part.
The sword. Come on, guys. This is dopeness. This is dopeness. I love it.
So what he vibed for the future, for what he vibed from the future, was it this future that played out or a future where Iris really did get killed?
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm confused.
Oh, when he got
when he vibed the future, that where they vibed into the future and they saw it happening.
He saw what was supposed to happen,
or what actually did happen.
I think he saw what was.
Because we don't know really. We don't really know.
Because what we did see was, remember, we had wells on the roof. Huh. Right? Was it wells on the roof?
Wells on the roof. But that's the thing. Was that wells or was that Iris? Because that's the thing. Were they vibing this future or the one that would have happened? But how do we know?
Personally, I think they were vibing the one that was supposed to happen. Because
we don't know.
This switch. Because.
Or did happen.
Because. This switcheroo is what caused everything to fall apart.
What if they vibed the actual switcheroo?
I don't think they did.
Because if they did, that means that Iris is standing on that rooftop watching.
Well, see, the great thing is, nonetheless, we wouldn't have known if they did or if they didn't, because all we know is what we did see, and they only saw a few moments. They didn't get to see everything. So even if they did or if they didn't, they only saw what we all saw, which is when it happened, we saw Iris get stabbed or someone that looked like Iris get stabbed, and we saw HR or someone that looks like HR on the roof. And that's exactly what we did see tonight, too. So either way it goes, nonetheless, they just tried to follow along with that plan. And unfortunately, that plan didn't work, and Barry had to go into the Speed Force and fix everything. Mm-hmm. Now, we already confirmed, okay, so it won't be hell for Barry. What do you guys think the Speed Force is going to be like for Barry?
Dude, I don't even know.
Flashpoint.
What? Oh, like just an alternate kind of life?
The Flashpoint he wanted.
The perfect life.
The one where he had to give up to fix Flashpoint is probably the Flashpoint he's going to be experiencing in the Speed Force. Oh, man. That's why his mother came out of it.
Ooh.
So in the Speed Force, he's probably going to be dating Iris.
And very happy. He'll be dating the Iris that you like, right?
The Iris that I like.
Okay. So he'll be dating badass Iris, but he won't be. He will be a speedster.
Yeah, he won't be.
He won't be, and Kid Flash will be the speedster.
Yeah.
Man,
And
the crime-fighting duality, because he wants a normal life.
He wants a normal life.
Yeah.
The article, the Iris West Allen article about the Flash vanishing is when she writes for what just happened.
Yes.
He was wearing a different suit. And that was at 2025.
Oh, shoot. So then still nonetheless.
Never mind, he'll be back.
He'll still, well, we already know he's going to come back.
But I mean, like, she can look at that article and be like, this is the year. When does he come back?
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. That's a
Or
problem.
is no one else going to think of that? Because I didn't, obviously.
Because Reverse Flash still has to come back too. This is way down the line, though. There's no way.
Matthew's right. The Speed Force has always favored Barry, so.
I already call that next season's gonna start off with Iris hanging out in the little time cave, just staring at that article.
Okay.
Do you think that they're gonna time jump?
With who?
Well, like no.
No, like how long? Yeah.
Do you know, like, so in the fall, is it only going to be 3 months, 6 months, 4 years, 5 years?
How long? Yeah, how long?
Do you know what I'm
are we gonna
saying?
have
When
that
season 4
separation?
starts, how long has it been?
Well, you also have to consider the fact that it's still trying to cross over with the other universes. So if they time jump, then that means that all the other shows have to time jump too. That's gonna be Arrow. That's gonna be Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, it's definitely gonna have to be Arrow though, because Arrow works.
True. Arrow
connects so much with Flash.
Yeah.
Well,
so they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to.
If you guys haven't watched Arrow, it could happen that way.
Really?
There could be a time jump. Arrow season.
I haven't watched the season finale, but I talked to the producer, and she gave me a hint that, like, basically it was gonna end with something called Legacies.
Oh yeah. So they could actually go ahead and do a time jump for them too.
They could possibly. And then plus Legends of Tomorrow doesn't count because he jumped through time.
Mm-hmm.
But and then Supergirl is in another Earth.
Another Earth. So her time jump doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think it matters. They don't cross over enough.
No, yeah, they don't until they said they're going to try to. So her time jump won't even matter.
And then aren't they adding another one into the roster that's going to cross over?
Actually, Black Lightning is
not
not supposed to be within this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I read that recently, and I was like, what? Why not? But he's he's in Detroit and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I'm like, man.
Why not have it be in the same universe?
I'm saying it would be so dope to have Black Lightning within
Maybe
that.
because they don't want to
world.
deal with having that many shows in the crossover.
It could be. And also they're like, he's
kind of whack, I'm not
older.
gonna lie.
Really? You thought it was
I thought it was super weird.
It.
I don't know. I didn't like it.
Older guy, blah, blah,
I'll watch it
yada,
again.
yada.
I didn't love it.
Oh, man. Did you guys not love, at least interested in the Black Flash trailer? Yes or no?
Black
Let us
Lightning?
know. Black Lightning. Black Flash. Thinking about it.
It looked interesting. But it reminded me a little bit too much of like a Luke Cage crossover.
Right.
With
I wonder if they're. Is it going to be a full season order or is it like a short season order? Is it a mid-season show?
I hope it's a full season because I'm interested in it. I loved it because
I mean,
it's
I like
Luke
the build-up.
Cage. It's Luke Cage with a daughter, I guess, is the best way to
Sir
say
Mac
it.
brought up something that one of you guys said. I think when Barry comes back, Iris might be with another guy. Totally irrelevant. For me, it depends on how much time has passed. You were like, it's going to be like Pearl Harbor.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Ernie's
yeah,
going to
but
straight up Pearl Harbor.
Ernie said it.
But I was like, Pearl Harbor is like 10 years between the two. Yeah, so, like, depending. If they time jump and it's been 5 years and Iris is with someone, that's normal.
Mm-hmm. How long till she started dating after, what's his face died? Eddie.
It took like a year.
Until she got with okay, so you're counting a year again. You're
You know what I'm
saying a
saying?
year
Like,
again.
it
But
took
maybe
a year.
six months,
And then,
that's
isn't that when she started dating Barry?
Yep.
So...
So what? You could be in the Speed Force for quite a while.
I think it would be someone.
And I think Joe would be the kind of guy like, it's time for you to move on, girl. And blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
for sure.
By month 6, if I could see Joe telling her, you should start looking, and then it's going to be that argument of, no, Dad, he'll be back.
And
then
constantly staring at the article saying that it's still the year that he's coming back.
If it's only like a 3-month or 6-month period, if she's dating someone else, I will be shocked.
If it's 3 months, something like that, it's like, dang.
To be honest, honestly, I don't think she's gonna date anybody else. To
No,
be honest,
I
really don't
If
think
we
so.
do a year time
I think
jump,
she's gonna.
say yes.
I think she's gonna be completely obsessed with the fact of him coming back.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because she'll be looking at that 2025
Absolutely.
thing. Like,
Her and Cisco.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 5 years. He'll be back at least at some time, and then he's going to disappear again. So, yeah, I can get that. So she's like, no, he'll be back.
If
He'll
it's
be
like
back.
10
He'll be
years in
back.
the future, maybe.
5
years, maybe.
I'm gonna be disappointed if he's only in there for a few months.
Well, welcome to Supernatural when Dean was only a demon for 3 episodes.
That's true. That's
Barely.
true.
2.5.
But
You know what I mean?
but then he was stuck in purgatory for quite a while.
But that was a different season.
Still.
But yeah, that was that. Well, anyway, different. Yeah. don't know what I'm saying.
Well, see, no, it was different. It is different. Wait, what? Big storm wasn't.
Yeah, it was the Force. Because it stopped as soon as they
Yeah, it was the Speed Force. That big storm definitely was the Speed Force. It stopped immediately once they actually got to talk to Barry. Man, that dating option, it's possible. I do think if they do a year jump, I'm thinking, yeah, she's probably dating someone. Because they're going to have to make that a little bit of an issue or something, no? No? Okay, so he's going to be gone for a bit. And
our filter's back. This is our Flashpoint
filter. It's bubbles, guys. Bubbles. We have to make you guys feel a little bit okay with all this horrible stuff we're speaking about.
Yeah, come around. Come on this side.
Come on this side.
On the laptop.
On the laptop, yeah. Come on the laptop.
No, wait. Come back.
That was
All right, kids. So
come back.
Overall, what are you hoping for next season?
Okay. I'm hoping for, the Thinker to be the big bad. I mean,
they're saying he'll be in there for 3 months.
See, other people saying 3 months.
Just
that's just the summer.
Why 3 months?
That's the summer. That's our summer break. 3 months. Then September. Boom. No?
Huh?
No, maybe.
Count from now till September. 3 months.
That's when Flash comes back in 3 months.
Yeah, they said they're coming back in September.
It'll probably be the end.
He's gonna be
September.
stuck in there for 3 months.
Which is great. Thank
the
God.
show is on break for 3 months.
Well, thank goodness, because I hate when some shows are like, "Hey, we're gonna take a whole year." I'm like, "Why do you need a whole year? What are you guys doing that makes it that long?"
Making the show good.
No.
It'll probably start at mid to late September.
Yeah, it'll probably late September. Late September, probably. Yeah, because they're definitely already back by November.
I need another Kevin Smith episode.
Really? After so much that was good so far, you still need a Kevin Smith episode? I'm just saying.
I love Kevin Smith's episodes.
They were good. But okay, so I'm thinking we're gonna spin Barry not being in
like dirty photos. What's happening?
Barry not in the Speed Force for about roughly. He's gonna be in the Speed Force for at least 3 episodes, I think, and then he'll come back just as long as the Flashpoint episodes lasted for about roughly almost 3, right? 2 and then a bit of 1. So, but Barry will be in the Speed Force for about 3 episodes. We'll be seeing everyone else running around trying to deal with filling in where the Flash was, and then they'll bring him back. But I don't know who they're going to swamp out for him. Because it seems like the Speed Force is like stuck on that stupid
But
rope.
maybe they won't care about. Maybe this is what's going to end it.
Maybe. I mean, maybe the Speed Force will realize that the world needs Barry, and they need him as that conduit in the real world.
Yeah.
Because something's off without him being there.
Yeah.
That could be
Ernie, what are you hoping for?
Iris to die.
Oh my God.
Well, that's not going to happen, so what else are you hoping for?
I don't want to see any Barry for at least till the mid-season.
Jeez.
Yeah, I want to see an actual change. I want them to highlight more Cisco. I want the old Cisco back where he's a lot more happier, more energetic. We have the old Wells back, the good one.
The old crew. The crew is back.
And we got Gypsy. That'd be dope seeing that little chemistry between them.
I want the old
we have Wally and possibly Jesse. It's like I want to see a different roster that we can truly call our favorites, and then have that spontaneous, awesome return of the original Flash. But I don't want to see him run away. It's gonna be whack. I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see him for like 3 episodes.
Yeah, I want I don't want him to come back. I was already
to know where he is.
I was already disappointed that Flashpoint was so short, and
why?
I don't know. I just want to see him come back and be different. I want him to be more grown up.
Do you think Caitlin's gonna take the serum, or do you think she'll stay?
She'll stay that way.
I think she's perfectly fine where she is right now. She's made her choice to swap. She doesn't need to have that freeze power take her over. She's strong enough to be able to live without the cure. And I mean, the power is pretty dope. Why would you want to give it up?
Now that she can figure out how to control it, I'm down.
Yep.
I think she'll still have her PMS moments.
I think Savitar.
Everyone has their time. Even boys.
I feel Savitar actually helped her.
Yeah. Every Tuesday is mine.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just gonna say it, but
Savitar very, very nice.
I feel Savitar did use the Philosopher's Stone on her, so now she has her full potential, and with that, she knows how to control it.
Yeah, the Philosopher's Stone give her a power?
Well, no, I'm thinking he used it on her to give her full potential. I think it's probably understood because think about it. Now she's able to do the whole Iceman thing. She wasn't able to do that before. She does so much now.
Yeah.
Since she's been hooked up with Savitar.
Yeah, but before that, she was kind of holding her powers back. So I mean, this time she completely let it out.
She let it out, but
I don't think she needed the stone.
Okay. I'm just saying, I think it would kind of be an understood thing where it's like the Philosopher's Stone does get you to your max potential. And she's at her max potential now, being able to make decisions, and the ice power is not making decisions for her.
Yeah.
I mean, perfect world, that's what happened. I don't know. I don't know what else is there to talk about because this is Iris isn't dead. Barry's gone.
I'm gonna miss you for the next 3 months.
Yeah, right. Ernie's upset.
What are we gonna do for the next 3 months?
This isn't good.
I'm gonna be talking shit on Thursdays. Don't worry, I'm moving my shit talking somewhere else.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well,
Daniel, where can we see you next?
You'll be seeing me for Doctor Who for like 6 more episodes of that. After that, I don't know, but Doctor Who, right? Oh no, Twin Peaks also. So you'll be seeing me on the Doctor Who after show, which is live from Gallifrey on Saturdays. You'll also be seeing me on Twin Peaks after show called from the Red Room or the Red Lodge, the Black Lodge. The Black Lodge. If you guys aren't watching Twin Peaks, it's a really great show. You can check out seasons 1 and 2 on Netflix right now, and then after that, catch up. If you guys are fans of Lost, X-Files, any of those shows where you have to really watch, like a DVR watchable show where you're watching, you like pause a moment, rewind, you're like, I got a new clue or something like that. Trust me, Twin Peaks started that whole thing, and it is finishing it up in a great way. It was gone for 15 years, and the show's back. That says a lot about it, just saying that on its own. That's where you'll see me. What about yourself?
I have no idea.
Don't know yet.
I don't know yet.
Don't know yet.
I'm just here. I'll be around.
Sarah will be on a lot of stuff, trust me.
Yeah, well,
Ernie.
we're good. We should have some new shows popping up soon, I think.
Where will you be?
Thursdays, talking shit about anime. Our first actual parental advisory, explicit content.
Oh, snap.
So it's because honestly, it's like I love Kelly's reviews, but they're very she did a lot of the nice fun ones, and like she did the really PG like 13, is it PG-13 kind of like coverage of anime.
NC-17
I am going for the rated R stuff.
Right.
I am
NC-17.
talking about all the nitty gritty, the dirty, the awkwardness, everything that everything that
hentai.
There's no substance behind hentai.
Yeah, but they talked about it. They did. They went in. No, actually, you guys. What was the thing you talked about though? What was it? What?
Boku no Pico.
Okay,
that's not hentai.
That's NC-17 though.
That's not hentai though. That's not hentai.
It's not hentai.
But yeah, we talk about all actually Thursday we are going to be talking about gory, bloody animes. Gory and bloody animes this Thursday. Gory and bloody animes.
Oh.
All that messed up stuff. Like.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching and
We're gonna miss you guys
this whole season.
We're gonna miss you. We'll see you guys again in 3 months.
3 months.
3 months. Of course, that doesn't mean that you guys still can't talk to us during that whole time. You'll be able to hit us up on the Twitter.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to talk about other DC shows, still, we're available, and we'll be able to talk right back to you on Twitter.
Any news that pops up, we'll probably post on Twitter through the Flashpoint. THS. The next season when we do it, we're going to be, the Flashpoint's going to turn into a DC show.
That's right. So we'll be covering just like, it'll be like a DC free-for-all.
We'll see if I'm here.
Yeah. We'll do a DC free-for-all. So we'll be talking a lot about DC stuff. And it's even cool because if it's a show that you haven't watched on DC, the underscore journey.
Yeah, there we go.
So even if you haven't been able to watch it, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Daryl.
Oh God.
He's on the anime show with me.
He's on the animal show.
He's on Bubble Blower. Say hi.
This is happening.
This is happening right now. Say hello.
Oh my God, Mike.
One big happy
oh no.
Okay, well that's happening. That's one big happy family is what we are here at that happy.
Oh my God.
That's some of the love you're gonna see on the anime show. So just remember that. Keep that involved.
Yeah, we're gonna go shirtless too. We're gonna have a fan service day, and we're just gonna be shirtless, and then we're gonna have people super chat to get our clothes back on.
Let me work out first.
Well, you better get on
it,
it,
right
man.
here. You're not really seeing too much.
Comic-Con's coming up. You gotta get nice and fit.
Yeah. See, well, congratulations. At least we're objectifying men.
Well, you know.
Huh? That's bad.
It's
about
about
that.
time.
It's about time.
About time.
Wonder Woman, girls power.
Hey-o.
Remember, the future is feminine. Or the future is female. That's what they say. Future's female. That's something that's said. Never mind. Don't worry about it, guys. You guys already know where we're going to be via social media. You can find me at TheRealJ_Room. It's already there. You can find Sarah, of course, at
Rotastic.
That's right. And Ernie? The _journey. And you can find us always at the Flashpoint THS.
And that hashtag show.
So you can always hit us up there. Remember, like we said, Black Lightning's gonna be coming out, and the Flash will be back. There's so much DC TV, so that's why we'll be restructuring and turning it into a DC free for all. So we'll be able to talk about a lot of DC shows. And for Sarah, still, if you're not watching,
I just don't like the idea. I don't like it.
No, but we'll still talk.
If
about
you guys don't like it, let them know you don't like it.
That's true.
We're not gonna make you watch all of them.
No. I probably will watch all of them, and we'll be able to talk about them. But still, nonetheless, I mean, if we'll be able to introduce you and see if we can sell you on a show. That would be fun. Sarah doesn't like the idea.
We still need that geek dating show. We still need that.
I do want to do.
I
I think that's
considering doing a
geek
geek dating show, and I'm just saying, guys, if you guys want to see more Sarah, I would suggest just in comments.
Our Facebook, we have that's our suggestion box. Just drop suggestions on our Facebook messages. Just
there you go.
Contact
you guys don't have Facebook.
And Joe reads all those messages, and
he does.
So just go.
He doesn't always answer, but he reads.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So just hit us on Facebook, really on the page itself, and just say, "I want Sarah for that geek dating show." I heard you guys doing. Hey guys, I heard you're doing a geek dating show. I'd love to see Sarah on it. Man, that'd be great. Exactly, right?
Yeah.
She'll do some
Just
smart
in your
for you.
best snark impression.
I'm saying it would be great to see, and she has some great info. So her being on the show would actually
Because
be
I'm real great at dating.
I'm
really good at giving advice.
This is a really long see you later.
Okay, all right. So what's up? That's it. Once again, thank you guys for watching. It's been great being here with you guys. We're just gonna miss you so much. I think that's why we're running on so long.
I know.
Flashpoint.
This is not a goodbye. It's a see you later.
See you later.
It's not a goodbye. It's a see you later.
Sayonara.
3 months, people.
3 months. Peace out.
And please, guys, let's not forget.
That's a sign off right there.
Let's not forget. You guys need to go ahead and subscribe, like, comment,
share,
please, share.
tweet.
If you haven't done so, also like shame on you. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. If you guys haven't, make sure you do.
Sir Mac, I don't like it. You're welcome, Sarah. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye!
Ernie just wants to blow smoke in the camera for